Welcome back to the channel, guys, and today I'm here for a 2021 metal album review. And I know it's been a little over a month since I last reviewed an album from the year 2021. So I'm here for another 2021 metal review, and it's going to be for Trivium's new album, In the Court of the Dragon. This is the band's 10th studio album. So that's definitely impressive for a band that is still pretty much young, because all of these guys are like in their early to mid 30s, so they're still definitely a young band. So yeah, this is their third album with their current drummer, Alex Bent. Definitely glad that he's still part of the band, because in my opinion, I think he's their best drummer that they've ever had. So yeah, with that being said though, let's get started with reviewing their new album, In the Court of the Dragon. So, I'll start off with the title track, In the Court of the Dragon. So, when I first heard this song on YouTube or Spotify for the first time, when it was released as a single or whatnot, I instantly came to mind into thinking that this takes you back to the Ascendancy and Shogun eras of Trivium. So that's fucking awesome, man, that you get a classic style within modern Trivium, because that's rare in a lot of bands, So yeah, I'm glad that Trivium took this approach with the title track of their new album back to the good old days of Trivium. I mean, their modern stuff is good, but it's just good to hear a modern song that has that classic feel of Trivium, if you guys know what I mean here. So yeah, this song is fucking awesome as fuck. Like I said, it just takes you back in time to their Ascendancy era and Shogun era. That's just what I love about the song. So yeah, man, if I had to rate this song, I'd give it a 5 out of a 5. That's how good it is. So yeah, definitely an amazing title track. Glad that it takes you back in time to their classic stuff, because that's the eras that people really love with Trivium. So yeah, In the Court of the Dragon, definitely an awesome song. So the next song on the album that I'd like to mention in this review is the song Feast of Fire. This was the second single from the album. Now, this is the most radio-friendly song on the album, which I wouldn't say it's a bad thing, but it is one of my least favorites on the album. But that's not really saying much though, because overall, this is a really good album. So, yeah, Feast of Fire, despite it being a radio-friendly track, it does have a little bit of screams here and there in the song, but not as much as a lot of the other songs on the album. But either way though, this is still a solid and decent song for what it is. Yes, this song is kind of disappointing compared to the rest of the album, but either way, like I said, it still is a pretty good song though for what it is. It could have been better and even heavier, because it is more of a radio-friendly song though, like I'm saying here. But either way, I still like the song for what it is, despite it being a weaker moment of the album. So, another song I'd like to mention for this review is the song The Shadow of the Abattoir. And yeah, man, this is an epic song from Trivium. It's a little over 7 minutes, clocking in at 7 minutes and 11 seconds. Holy fuck, man. I love this song. It's one of my favorites on the album. It starts off as this really proggy song, and then a little after 3 minutes, it gets into the modern style of Trivium, So it's definitely a really proggy song for the first couple or so minutes. Then it transitions into their heavier style, So it's got a combination mix of progressive metal along with their more thrash metal and metalcore style that Trivium is best known for. So it's definitely awesome to have a song that mixes progressive metal with Trivium's original style. So definitely a great combination to have here. So yeah, if I had to rate this song, I'd give this one a 4.5 out of a 5. So yeah, it's another one of my favorites on the album, along with the title track. So yeah, The Shadow of the Abattoir. If you're a fan of progressive metal and metalcore both, then you'll love this song because it's not disappointing. It's fucking amazing. So like I said, it is one of my favorites on Trivium's new album. So I am going to give it a 4.5 out of a 5 rating. So next song I'd like to mention in this review is the song Fall Into Your Hands. This is another epic song, and this is the longest song on the album, clocking in at 7 minutes and 45 seconds. So yeah, Fall Into Your Hands, just another really heavy and aggressive song. Yes, it has clean vocals, but it still is a very heavy song, and no, it's not a radio-friendly song. I know the title of the song may seem like it'd be a radio-friendly song because of the song title, but no, it's definitely not radio-friendly at all. Like I said earlier on, the only radio-friendly song you get on this album is Feast of Fire. So yeah, Fall Into Your Hands, fucking amazing. Love Matt Heafy's clean vocals and aggressive vocals. This is just a standout of the album and another one of my favorites. So yeah, Fall Into Your Hands, definitely a crushing song, an epic song. So yeah, this is another one I would probably give a 4.5 or a 5 rating for, because it's just that damn good, man. Love the song, and it is another one of my favorites on here. So the last song I'll talk about for the review is the closing track, The Phalanx. This is another song that is a little over 7 minutes. This one clocks in at 7 minutes and 15 seconds. This was the third single from the album before its release. So, man, is this song awesome. Hell yeah, it is. Just a really great album closer. I love this song. When I first heard the song, I was blown the fuck away, man. Seriously. I was like, damn. This is another really badass Trivium song. You know? So, yeah, man. I love this song. It's another kick-ass song from this badass album. So yeah, The Phalanx, definitely a great closing track, and it is pretty much Trivium's heaviest closing track, definitely in a long time. So yeah, this song, I'd also give this one around that 4 to 4.5 or 5 rating. It's just hard to rate this song because it's so good. So yeah, The Phalanx, definitely an awesome closing track, and one of the best closing tracks of all time. So this album overall, when it comes to where I would rate it, like in a updated Trivium ranking, I would have it somewhere in the top 5. I'm not exactly sure where at yet, but I still like the album overall, though, of course. The only songs that I find kind of not really for me is the songs Feast of Fire and No Way Back Just Through. Those are two of the songs on the album that I kind of just think are decent. Not really anything special or mind-blowing. But both songs are still good, though, for what they are. So yeah, overall, this is just a really good album. And I personally think it's better than what the Deadmen say, if I had to be honest. I mean, that album was good itself, but I just think In the Court of the Dragon, their new album, is just way better, you know, in terms of style, sound, and overall quality, you know. So, yeah, man, this album, like I said, is now in my top 5. Not sure where at, though, but I will try to give a updated Trivium ranking on the channel sometime, whenever I get around to it. So, as far as a rating for this album, In the Court of the Dragon by Trivium, I'm going to give this album an 8.5 out of a 10. And you guys are probably wondering why I'm giving it that rating. And like I said not a little bit ago, the only reason I'm giving it an 8.5 out of a 10 rating is because of the two songs that I don't really care for. Those being Feast of Fire, and No Way Back Just Through. But overall, this is a really good album, and it does have the contender of Album of the Year for me. So, yeah guys, if you guys have not heard this album yet, then check it out when you have the free time, because you will not be disappointed at all. That's how great of an album it is. So yeah, it's definitely Album of the Year contender. And yes, it will be making my year-end list video, of course, because Trivium, one of the best metal bands of the 2000s, and they're still kicking ass in the 2020s decade. So, yeah guys, I'll see y'all next time. Thanks for tuning into my album review for Trivium's 10th studio album, In the Court of the Dragon. So yeah guys, I'll see y'all next time. Peace.